in Rolesville there.
Yes, everything is going well. It's gotten a little cold, but we're
I know.
good. Good.
It's actually cold down here. I mean, I thought about walking out on the beach. I said no, it's just
No.
too cold. I can see it from the window.
Yeah.
It's fine to see it from a distance, but no, it's just too cold. Can you believe 2024 is ending?
No, we literally have 2 weeks left in this year. It's
I
crazy.
know, I know it went by very, very fast. It just tremendous speed. I think it gets faster every year.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's still 365 days in a year, but don't seem like it just breezes right through it. But it's been a good year. How about you and the chamber and those type things? Y'all have had a good year.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It seems like we've done a lot over the last 6 months. Our youth, I always have to talk about youth leadership. We are 3 months into the program year. We have our final session of the year next Thursday. So we're looking forward to that. And in January, we'll be hanging out with you guys for our local town day. So
Hmm.
that's always a fun time for the kids to come to town hall and understand local government. And they love going to the police department and the fire station. And so, yeah, lots going on. You guys have been busy too. I mean, we had the parade, we've had the tree lighting. It was cold the night of the tree lighting too. Like,
Yeah, it was. That's the first time we actually did it, that type of an event. We've done tree lightings for probably last 30 years, I would think, or something close to at least 25. But it's been very small, 10-minute event, just like the tree. But um, this was a 3-hour event that the Parks and Recreation Department put on. It was great. It had Santa Claus there and um, some food trucks and vendor trucks and
yeah.
lighting the tree, and it was a really good event. Was you able to come?
Yes, I came out for a little bit, but like I said, it was very cold,
It
so I
was
didn't
cold.
stay too long. But yeah, and it's more smaller kids, people with families. I'm an empty nester, older, so
Yeah.
it's fun to see and enjoy for a bit. But it was very cold. I did make the parade though. I hate I missed that, but I saw pictures. It looks like it was a really great time and good time for Roseville, and
Mhm.
excited for what we're talking about tonight. Just all the good
Yeah.
things that are going to be happening soon. Before we get into that, I do want to plug an event that the Chamber is hosting on Tuesday, our monthly networking event. We're partnering with the Wake Forest Chamber to do Morning Grind, which is a coffee networking event.
Mhm.
It's hosted by Signcraft, Pam Schaefer's team. And it's from 8 to 9 at Signcrafts over on Sharon Farms Road. So we encourage business owners to come out and network. And even if you're not a business owner, come out and meet some new people. We have some really great business owners who are eager to be a part of the community here. So excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that your final event for the year? Is that your final event for
That
the
is the
year?
final event for the year. Yes. Well, I guess leadership on Thursday will be the official final, and then that will be it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Because usually they have like every last Thursday of the month, you have a good get together and stuff. But being Christmas that week, I would thought, I don't think you do that.
Yeah, I don't think there's an after
Was that
hours.
business after hours? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there's one for December, but we will find out and
Yeah.
confirm that. But
I don't
yeah,
think so. But
yeah,
because that would be your last event then, sure enough. And we've had some the Christmas parade, which the chamber hosted. You did a really good job on that. It turned out real well. I don't know how many floats. I heard it maybe 100 or so in there, and
yeah.
it,
I
it
heard we
lasted
were. Yeah.
it lasted pretty much exactly in 1 hour, and
Mhm.
it was a really good event. Did a good job. I think it was a great turnout. I know the chief said he believed it was the most people he ever seen there,
Oh wow.
because some of them was three deep in some places, and we extended a little bit longer than we normally do it, so had room for more people and stuff. But it really turned out really well, and I want to just thank the chamber for that. Y'all did a great job on that, and it was safe too. So
Yes.
that's the main thing, with all the kids and stuff there. I didn't hear anybody got injured. I didn't hear any sirens, anything like that. So I think, great job. Kudos to all of you guys that, put that together. really great job. But as you mentioned, yeah, we get down to the end of the year. It's been a busy year.
Yeah.
Uh, Usually we wrap up the year. Last, I guess, 3 years we've been doing this show. We kind of wrap it up the last of the month of the year. We do a economic development recap, kind of a panel discussion, and I think for the last few years we had the same guests, and we're going to bring them back on again tonight. Sheila Sutton is the president of the Rolesville Downtown Development Association, which they have come a long ways, and we're going to hear a little bit about some of the stuff that they did, this year, which is, really great thing. And Mical McFarland has been with us a few years now. He's our community economic development director or manager, I think is his official title. And we've come a long way since he's been on board with the town, getting our name out there and getting recognition. And then you represent the chamber, and the chamber, I always felt like the chamber, played a big part in economic development. And because, if you got a happy merchants and happy store owners and things like that, more people want to come. So do you feel like you guys play a big part in economic development?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a direct correlation between business, community, and service. And so the chamber is that anchor that helps bring it all together. So I think as we go into 2025 and beyond, I feel like the chamber will play a bigger role in partnering with the Downtown Association and with the town to help entice businesses and encourage businesses to come and stay and grow. And it's a resource for businesses, whether they're small businesses or large corporations. I mean, we want to see them all here. So I think it's a really great opportunity.
Yeah, I think so. And also, the chamber is going to be a different chamber in a couple of years. Our businesses run a little bit behind our residential development. And, when we went from 9,000 to 10,000 people, it's like a new scorecard. I mean, things changed with, I doubt we would have, something like a new grocery store or things like that. We was always less than 10,000, for those places to come. I think 10,000 is the threshold. So I think really in this 2024 we've seen that we've been able to use that new numbers very well. But then I think now the new businesses coming in like Cobblestone. We'll talk about that a little bit in Walbrook. So as the business grows, the chamber will grow, and I really think in a year or two, maybe really quick, it's gonna be a different chamber. It's gonna be a lot of new business owners and not a lot of new people, and those type things. It'll be an exciting time.
Very exciting time to be part of Rolesville. I think I shared this with you. I moved here in 2021, and even just the growth we've had in the past almost 3 years, it's amazing. And selfishly, I'm excited because the Publix will literally be in my backyard. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. And I think people are ready for that. Everybody's got a different opinion sometimes. You got a few, naysayers and stuff like that. But I had one person tell me this morning, he said, we got enough neighborhoods right now. We need some businesses. And I think that's a lot of people's thinking is, the growth needs to come now with commercial and stuff. And we may talk about that a little bit with Mical and Sheila. But I'm excited tonight. I always enjoy this end of the year show with the panel, and really we do it a little bit different than we do the rest of the months, and just bring them on. That's
all right. Let's bring them in. All right.
Talk about it.
All right, Sheila, we got you in, and welcome, Mical and Sheila.
Hey, Mical. Hey, guys. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. Yes. I guess I probably can safely say this. Sometimes you don't want to speak for someone else, but I think I can safely say you guys are just excited I am about economic development going on, and new things going on and stuff like that. I think we're all kind of excited about that for sure, because a lot of things going on. And Mical, I think you're going to talk about some things that's going to be happening this weekend. Some new businesses open the door for the first time. So
yeah.
and they got that in under the wire before the year ran out. So that's really a good thing. But let's do some introductions. I think everybody knows you, Tisha. But if you would kind of briefly, introduce yourself, and then Michael and Sheila, you guys jump in and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, so I am Tisha Lowe. I am a business owner. I'm a business consultant with TBL Solutions. I help with operations management for small and mid-sized companies looking to scale and grow their businesses. I also offer professional training. I wear another hat as a member of the Rolesville Chamber, and I am the facilitator of our signature youth leadership program.
Cool. Sheila?
Awesome. I'll pop in here. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here again. I'm Sheila Sutton. I am currently the president of the Downtown Development Association. We'll talk more about that later in Rolesville. I also, in my day job, I am a community impact officer with Coastal Credit Union, the best credit union on earth. Let me just put that ad out there. And I previously served on the town board. Some of you may recognize me from town board for the last 8 years. So I'm happy to be here, and thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. And Michael?
All right, and I'm Mical McFarland, the Economic Development Director here with the town of Rolesville. Going on 6 years now, just had my 6-year anniversary last week, actually.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, it's been
Awesome.
great. And just being a part of what's happening here in Rolesville and all the growth that we've seen. I'm originally from the Northeast part of the country up in New Hampshire, but my wife and I came down 16, 17 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so we live right outside of Rolesville here. And glad to be with everybody here tonight.
Yeah, 6 years. That's hard to believe. I know you was there, Sheila. When you came on, and 6 years. If I had one of the multiple choice questions, how long has Michael been here? 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know if I could get that right.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like 6 years. Time just flies by. And we was talking about with Tisha that the year has gone by. Can y'all believe that's been a year since we've done the economic development show last year?
Time is flying.
Yeah.
It is. And a lot of things has happened in that time frame. So that's one of the things I kind of want to recap. So, and this is, I'll throw something out there, and this is you guys just jump in and sort of like a panel discussion. And don't hesitate, just jump right in. So when we look at 2024, what do you guys consider the big achievements that happened in 2024?
Well, I feel like a lot has happened in 2024. Michael's going to go over some specific concrete things that are showing up in Rolesville that you all will see when you drive around. But I want to emphasize kind of this organization that I'm a part of, that we are a part of, the Rolesville Downtown Development Association is just a year old, really, formally. So I call us, we're not even toddlers. Are we toddlers? Most kids at 1 are not walking. We're not even toddlers yet.
You're still in infancy stages.
Right. We're still in the infancy stage. But it's an organization that's been established to kind of stand on its own, because we are a 501c3. I want to emphasize that. We are a 501c3 organization, so we can take donations, but really to help and partner with the town and the chamber to bring economic development, commercial especially is what we're focused on, to Rolesville. So that is our sole purpose. So we do a lot with developing relationships with developers, as far as partnering a lot with Michael, obviously, but even talking to some of our current residents just to see what they'd like to see in Rolesville, kind of getting a pulse of the town so we can bring things. And we do a lot of courting businesses when we're out, just to say, hey, have you heard of Rolesville? And giving them our information. So I think that's leaps and bounds, having this new organization to kind of partner with. And when I say new, there was another organization called REDAC. I think it was called Rolesville Economic Development Action Committee or something some years ago that was developed during the recession. And so we kind of took on that 501c status and reestablished this to be focused on development. So I'm excited to see this organization come forth. We have officers, we have committees, and I won't monopolize the time, but I can talk to you more about opportunities that are available for you all to get involved. So this is a great way to connect in your community and do something positive for your community. So anyway, I'll talk more about that later. I won't take it.
I was going to ask you, how would one become a member, or how do people participate? That was actually my question for you.
Okay, excellent question. Excellent. Thank you for asking that. So we're all volunteers. So as I said, I'm the president, but we have a full slate of officers. We do have a couple of positions that are actually open. So there's opportunity there. We also have internships for our youth. If they want to get involved in helping us, we can always use help around marketing and just different things that they can do. Something we'll probably be doing in 2025 is helping the town as far as trash pickup. That's a great opportunity for our youth to get involved in those. I think they're quarterly or monthly events, but we will partner with the town on that. So lots of opportunity there to get involved. And we also are looking to do sponsorships where organizations and developers and companies can sponsor us by just providing a donation to us in any amount so that we can do things to help our businesses. One of the things that's coming up is our facade grant program, where we're going to be helping downtown businesses improve their appearance. And there's certain parameters around that, and there's lots of opportunity around there. But we'll be partnering with the town in order to provide a matching reimbursement grant for them. When I say reimbursement grant, they have to get it done, and then we reimburse them half the funds. So that is big. Most of the towns in our area, especially in Wake County, have that. So this will be new to Rolesville, and very exciting to have that on board. I'm sure businesses are welcoming it. We've already got some inquiries, so coming in 2025. So lots of ways to get involved, Tisha, to your question.
Yeah, that's great. We had a council of government event in Lawrenceburg, North Carolina. I'm not sure if any of you guys been to Lawrenceburg or not, but it's a very old town. They got a really big old downtown section that really, it took a turn down 20 years ago when they put a shopping center outside of town, and the stores started closing up and all. But they spent a lot of time the last 5 years really bringing it back. They got some shops down there. They have Christmas events down there and stuff, and then they decorate the whole downtown area. I think the Garden Club kind of participates in that. And it's starting to look better. They still got some buildings that it rains in there. There's nothing in there. They got a long ways to go, but they really have turned it around, doing better. But we don't have that, Sheila. We don't have that old downtown to revitalize. And so our downtown, I guess we call it Main Street. Maybe talk a little bit about what our downtown is and what, when you talk about a downtown development, what are we talking about?
Sure. Great question. And I will agree with the different towns that are developing. I've been to a few. Goldsboro's one, and Wilson is another one where they have really focused on their downtown, and you can really see the things that have happened. But yes, and talking about Rolesville, we do not have a lot of vintage or legacy buildings that are still standing. There was a fire years ago in Rolesville that took away a lot of that. But when we talk about downtown, the general area, I'm sure this will grow, but the general area that we're referring to is Main and Young all the way down to Jonesville in Maine. So basically from Cobblestone to Walbrook, those areas that are being developed as downtown. And it's probably about a mile and a half, I think about a mile, 1.6, something like that.
Yeah.
1.3. So that's the general area we're talking about when we're talking about what we're focused on. And also, I want to say it's some of those businesses that are adjacent as well. So we're not just going to be like, oh, well, you're not on Main Street, even though you're, 20 feet back. We want to focus on that as well. So great question.
Great. Michael, any accomplishments that stands out to you?
Yeah, I think we're starting to really see this year. So economic development, I probably have said this before, it's a marathon and it's not a sprint. So there's a lot of work that goes on for years, even before you start to see something take shape out on a site, for instance. So we start to, I think 2024, we really started to see buildings go vertical and just the landscape of Main Street really changing. Sheila mentioned our two bookends kind of Main Street. On the northern end here, we have Cobblestone Village, and they are Some businesses are already starting to open up there. A few are actually opening up this weekend, and they've already started leasing out some of their apartments as well. So that's a development with about 180 apartment units, and then 50,000 square feet of retail and restaurant space that'll be on the ground floor, and then the apartments are on the second and third stories. So that's a really nice mixed use development that we're excited about. And again, those conversations started with the developer, 5 years ago, and here we are today where they're just opening now. So it's interesting from that perspective. And if you go down to the other end, the other bookend on the southern end of Main Street coming in from Raleigh, we have the Walbrook development that was mentioned. And that's a larger kind of development with, of course, Publix as the grocery store anchor there. So we're excited to see all the new shops that'll start to pop up around the Publix. Go in there. They're forecasting that the Publix will open actually about fall, early winter next year in 2025. So that'll be nice to see. And again, there's going to be another 140 townhomes that goes with that development, and over 265,000 square feet of retail and restaurant and medical office space and things like that. So,
yeah, and that's on both sides of the road too. I don't know if people. I don't think they start building anything on the right side going out. I don't think, have they?
No, not yet. But we've got the infrastructure and the road and the curb cuts and everything getting ready for that. So yeah. Yeah.
One thing about cobblestone, Michael, I hear people say sometimes, well, we don't see much commercial there. We thought it'd be more commercial than what we see. And Sheila, you nod, and I think you may hear that from people too. But it is unique from a standpoint that it's the commercial on the bottom. You said 50,000 square feet. That's a lot of commercial. That's really is. I looked up the big building that Food Line is in. So if you take that big building Food Line is in, from where the bank used to be that closed up, all the way down to, I think it's a nail shop on the end or something like that. Yeah. That big building is 50,000 square feet.
Right.
And you don't see it in cobblestone because there's so many buildings that are smaller. But if you add it all together, that's a lot of commercial.
Yeah. And there's enough space there. There should be about 17 or 18 businesses that can go in there. So.
Yeah, there'd be more businesses than there at Food Line, because
right.
I don't think it's 17, 18 in that building.
No.
So it's a bigger development than where Food Line is. But yeah, I think those two things are pretty big and exciting. And Sheila, I know we've been waiting a long time for those, and this year we saw them get started as Michael described, getting vertical.
Yeah. And Tisha, I don't know, we might have some photos of cobblestone we could probably pull up if there's kind of a sign to the entrance.
Let's go to cobblestone first. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's an aerial shot where you can see the construction of cobblestone up in the right hand corner. That's also our intersection there at Young and Main Street. And then I don't know if there was another rendering of cobblestone. There's the sign. There's one of the entrances. So they of course we all know there's a lot of granite underneath the ground here. So they took advantage of some of the granite that they found underneath. And so when you go to cobblestone, you'll see that they utilize some of those granite large boulders and use it for signage.
I love that. I think that adds such a uniqueness. That was brilliant to do that. Yeah. I know when we've talked to other marketers, they talk about try to do things that are unique to your area, and they hit the mark with that. I think that's very neat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too. I almost think we need to make granite our theme a little bit on Main Street, kind of capitalize on that a little bit more than we do.
Yeah. So here's kind of their main, looking from Main Street. To the right there, you kind of see the stairs and the little standalone building. That's where a new Mexican restaurant called Mezcalito is going to locate. So they'll be in that building by themselves, and it's going to be 2 stories, and you'll be able to sit kind of on the patio there, kind of outside. So that'll be really nice.
I love
Michael,
that.
do we have a date on that?
They're saying in 2025, not too specific yet. I think perhaps spring of 2025, if I recall.
It's going up. It's almost,
yeah, the building, right? The building's being built now, and just to kind of put the word out there. So this weekend on Saturday, they're going to host a holiday tree lighting event at 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And it also coincides with some of the new businesses that are opening. Local Charm, who's been one of the local businesses here on Rogers Road in Rolesville for many years, they're going to relocate and open up at Cobblestone. And here's a photo of Artisan Beer and Cheese. So this is kind of a new, a couple, husband and wife, are going to open up this on Saturday as well. And they'll have different cheeses and beer and wine and things like that, and offer Wi-Fi, almost like, like some people like to work at Starbucks or something. So you can go and sit down with your laptop or go in for a wine tasting and have a charcuterie tray and things like that. So that'll be really cool. And then I think there's another Prima Cafe that's going in, and they'll be out there on Saturday as well. They'll have hot apple cider and I think hot chocolate. And when they open up later on, they're a pastry shop. So it'll be kind of coffee and pastry and things like that. So those will be the first ones that kind of come online there starting this weekend.
Awesome. I was going to add, though, for Cobblestone, Tisha, if you'll go back one slide.
Yes.
On Cobblestone, that open kind of grassy area, that is also a place where they want to hold events. Mm-hmm. So we talked about the commercial space. That's also an opportunity to open up for some different kind of events, maybe some, I remember the little events they used to have at North Hills or Triangle Town Center outside in the summer. You have like something in the winter. But there's a large space and a large gathering space there to do different things. I think that'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the farmers market is going to be there on Saturday mornings. I think
awesome.
In that space. I believe. You know that for sure, Michael? You heard?
I know they've been in talks because the farmers market's been looking for a new place, and I think they've been talking about that. So maybe hopefully this coming summer, that would be
kind of in that grassy area there. I imagine that's where they're going to put the tree at. Do you know?
Yep. Yeah, if you drive by now, you can already start to see the tree going up. So that'll be pretty cool.
I love it.
So
how many restaurants is in that complex?
Let's see. So there's about 17, 18 businesses overall. I think the restaurants that they've announced so far is of course, the Artisan Beer and Cheese will have food. There's going to be a lemon and lime grill, which is going to be Indian food. And I think there's one or two available already in the Triangle region, maybe in Morrisville or Cary.
Yeah.
So that's, lemon and lime fusion grill and bar. And then, of course, Mezcalito there will be kind of the Mexican and tequila bar idea. We're going to get a bagel place. Jeff's Bagels is going in there. So that'll be nice. They have a location already in Wake Forest, their first location, and this will be their second. Papa John's Pizza is actually going in. So we'll have some pizza.
Finally, we're getting pizza.
Yeah. So, and then of course the Prima Cafe that I mentioned, where you can get croissants and pastries and coffee and smoothies and things like that. So,
Michael, is Simply Crepes still coming there?
I don't think so anymore. They did have some interest because they have the location over at what's it called? Lafayette Village. Yeah. But I haven't heard anything recently, so I don't think they're still coming. So we'll see. But yeah, so that's a good mix there so far. And I think they might be fully leased out, or there's only one or two spots available of those 17 or 18 locations. The developer is also going to have their offices there. That'll be one of their office locations in the future. And then, but yeah, there might only be one or two spots left.
When will they can be completely finished? I know you said the restaurant may be open, in 25. Will they completely finish in 25?
I think so. By this time next year, that's the complete total build out date. So we're looking at 1 year.
Well, good.
But again, yeah, you can already, there's one residential building with apartments that's already being leased. And then, yeah, all the buildings have started to go vertical. So it's just a matter of how they're going to phase in over the next few months, the different buildings to come online.
Good.
The apartments are really nice, especially those ones in the front with the big long deck. In that picture, you can see
Yeah.
that is a primo. That is a beautiful apartment. Beautiful.
Yep, they are. It would be part of town. You sit out there and watch the parade come by.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's. I think we did a good job on that, Sheila. You has this turned out anything close to what you envisioned? How long we've been working on this one? 5 years, 6 years?
I feel like we sold that land in 2018.
Do you know, Michael?
2019,
19.
or 2020, maybe when the sale finally went through.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I think it looks amazing. And I said the same thing, like, where's the retail? But the way it's set up, I really like how pretty the apartments are. They look very attractive. But then you can go in and see the courtyard, and then you'll see the businesses as they come online. So I think it's just going to be a beautiful space, and it's going to represent downtown really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think they approached us because they saw that the town was, we had already completed our Main Street vision plan, and we were embarking on this Main Street construction project, and that really attracted Walbrook and Cobblestone to town because they saw that the town was investing their own money into making improvements to downtown and really trying to create a walkable destination for Rolesville. And so when developers see that, they love that, and they say, wow, we want to be a part of that too. You guys are already all for making your town more attractive, so we want to be a part of that. And yeah, so that's great to see.
Yeah, Tisha, do you think a place like that is a good place to live? People really will gravitate, be packed full really quick.
Yeah, I think younger people, well, two extremes. I think younger people or empty nester, older, seasoned people. We don't always use the word older, but seasoned people, yeah, may enjoy that because it's the concept of eat, work, and play, all in the same area. So I think it will be attractive.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that there's going to be it's called Pixels. It's a bar arcade concept there as well. So they're hoping to open up in early spring as well. And so that's kind of something where you can go play video games and pinball. And so it's something for the family where the kids can play, but then the adults might, get a drink at the bar, and then they're supposed to have food as well, some different options for appetizers and bar food. So.
Yeah.
Is that one standalone or is that one in the actual shopping center?
That's in with one of the buildings.
Okay.
Yeah. So not standalone, but. Yeah,
I think Michael, if you live there, you get a membership to a fitness center or something.
Anytime Fitness is also going to locate there in one of those larger separate buildings that's being built right now. So that's part of living there. You get a membership to Anytime Fitness. Yep.
It's a good place, I think, and a big, I guess, another big draw that they get for free is the park. It joins the park there.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's something we did where they're going to connect their development to Main Street Park to the trail system. So that's good for connectivity. So their residents can come. You can come down from your apartment, go for a walk in Main Street Park, get coffee and a bagel at Jeff's Bagels or Prima Cafe, and go about your day.
I think it's a 35-acre park. I think I can't remember. I forget, but
yeah,
special dog park there.
So what, Tish?
Do you know if there's a special dog park there, Michael?
No.
No.
We got to get a dog park. That's
right.
I think June is proposing one somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, awesome. we might do one up at with our new 116-acre multi-purpose.
Yeah, I think they will. I think you're right. I think there will be one going up there, but that's on the other side of bypass and stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be. It'd be nice probably to have one downtown if you don't have a lot of people living in there. And I don't know, the apartments, they allow dogs? Do you know if they allow dogs in the apartment?
I do not. I wonder.
A lot of them do now. You
Yeah,
have to pay a fee or whatever, and there's certain dogs, certain size, but a lot of them
right.
do.
Tisha, we had mentioned Walbrook too, but I don't think we pulled up any
let's look at
pictures. Just to give people an idea on the other side of Main Street, on the south side coming in.
And this
So
was
here-
scaled a little bit bigger, ain't it, Michael?
Yeah, so this is a larger development. Again, over 265,000 square feet of commercial space, whether that's retail, restaurants, medical office space. So here's kind of the corner of a new major intersection we're creating down there. The Publix is actually in the background towards the top in the trees in this photo. And this is kind of a rendering. If you drive by on Main Street now, you can see these two buildings out there taking shape. And so we expect to see, all this stuff that typically would pop up around a grocery store. And I know the developer is looking at having a sort of a craft beer tap room in one of these locations. We're hearing that both Fifth Third and Chase Bank will be locating in this development. So that's two banks. Another Mexican food restaurant has already confirmed that they're coming. It's called El Jefe, Modern Mex. So I don't know if they're anywhere else yet or not, but and then Jersey Mike's has confirmed to go in there. And then there's a nail salon, a massage establishment, a dental place, and things like that. So we're excited about this. Is really, I think the developers are just, they're excited too, because they're really getting a lot of interest from tenants, and that's good news for us too. That there's a lot of good interest there.
Michael, I saw an update on Facebook the other day. I don't know if it's true or not, but is there Five Guys coming in the shopping center?
There might be a rumor going around that there could be a Five Guys going in. I can't confirm or deny.
Okay. I had to ask because it's out there, and there's also a rumor that Starbucks is coming over there too.
I mean, you could, and again, when Publix goes in and you kind of see a development like this, we wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Starbucks and a Five Guys and all those types of things. So I wouldn't be surprised if the rumors are true. And but yeah.
I think they said it would be a coffee shop, didn't it, Mike? But
right.
They didn't say which one it would be.
Yep. So and so and we're hoping to see some nicer fast casual sit down restaurants as well that maybe we don't have in Rolesville yet. So that'll be good.
Maybe a steakhouse?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I think sushi. I think sushi's going to be there, a sushi place. So that's what I've heard. So,
but will the restaurants come before Publix, or we're kind of waiting for Publix before the other commercial places start to open? I
think you might see some places open simultaneously, but for the most part, they're probably going to wait till Publix is open. Okay. That could be the first one. And I know the development overall is kind of focused on finishing the Publix building and getting Publix in there, because they're on their timelines too to want to be here and start to open up. So probably Publix first, and then we'll start to see all these other things pop up around.
And I will add, from the Downtown Development Association, some of our outreach to some of the developers and owners, business owners. A lot of them are waiting to see what would happen with the election. So I think that will drive some more businesses too, to make some decisions on whether to build another location. I know there's organization we've been talking to and courting for a while in Nightdale, Prime Steakhouse. We'd love to have a Prime Steakhouse in Rolesville. And so he is watching the Walbrook area.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we got some outreach from that one as well.
Yeah, and I think another thing that may help us in the future, I believe it's tomorrow, the Feds may reduce interest rates by another 0.25%. If those interest rates keep, because as you know, these business owners, they have to get out a loan to open their store, and sometimes they're pretty big loans, maybe $100,000 to open up a coffee shop or something. And
Yep.
Interest rates makes a big difference on how many cups of coffee you got to sell, So,
Yeah.
So maybe if them interest rates to keep coming down like they have been started coming down, then that's what
Exactly.
it's about too.
Right.
Also, keep in mind that Main Street is going to be developed. So it's going to be walkable. I mean, to
Right.
me, that's an economic driver because
Yeah,
you're
that's-
going to have traffic slowing down a little bit, but you'll have more people that get out and walk and just be a part of the town. I can't wait to see that. I used to walk more, and I think I'll walk more once the Main Street has developed where I can walk safely. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. I
Right.
think Sheila's right. I believe Main Street, what we call Main Street, this part of it anyway, is 1.6 miles from Cobblestone to Walbrook. So it's a lot of area in there. So what else is happening, Mike?
Yeah. Well, actually, Tisha, if you want to pull up where the old Pine Glow used to be too. So right in the center of Main Street, a developer recently purchased the old Pine Glow building. So this is where the Pine Glow disinfectant solution was made and sold for the last 40 years or so. They relocated to Zebulon, and the building has stood empty for a couple of years now, but a developer purchased this recently. And here's a visual of the new concept that they're proposing. What the developer would like to do here is bring some indoor recreation to town. So this would be an ice hockey rink, a gym for basketball and things like that, maybe pickleball, a rock climbing wall, and then a nice restaurant as well. So you can come in and eat, and then also do the indoor recreational things. So this will be a nice, this fits in with our Main Street vision as well, to have a new gathering space or just a community place where people come and gather or play sports and do different things. So there's some kind of different renderings of what that should look like when it's all said and done. So they're talking about this January, so in a month here, starting with the demolition of the old building. So,
And how large is that going to be, Mike?
I think that's a 40,000 square foot building.
That's massive.
Give or take. So, you can do a lot. Like I said, some pickleball courts, a rock climbing, the ice hockey, and then the basketball court.
That's great.
So, and I think you can kind of see that one area shows 2 stories there. I think that's so, above the basketball court, there might be a running track around the court. Sometimes you go to the gyms where you can see that, where there's a mezzanine level there on top. So we're excited about that as well. Right there across from McDonald's in the center of town.
That's a great addition for especially our youth. I mean, adults too, but especially our youth. I remember April, who's still on the board, talked about that age group when kids reach that kind of preteen age, and there's not a whole lot offered for them or for them to do. This would be a great option.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, after school activities and even for the older population, like I've kind of been looking for a place to maybe play some pickup basketball, and so this would be great. Maybe in the mornings before people go to work, you can pop into the gym. Just another option there in addition to Granite Falls Swim Club for some recreation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, did we mention the volleyball business that's open? Because were they open last year?
Yeah, I think it was open in 23, wasn't it, Michael? I believe.
Yeah, it's been around a year, give or take, though. Yeah, I can't remember exactly when they did open, but they're really successful over there now too, and
the volleyball club.
Yeah, the volleyball club. So yep.
Yeah, we've got a volleyball club. I think what he's proposing for this building is also to be connected somewhere or some hurricanes. Sponsor some teams or practice some teams or something in there. That's one of the things I think the hurricane leadership and owners have taken on. They want to bring the ice hockey sport up in the area down here.
Yeah.
So they're kind of working at trying to get kids involved and
right.
schools down here don't have hockey teams, not
Right.
ice teams. So kind of see how that goes. But I think the ice ring is like a half of a hockey court. I think is what
Right.
full size, half of
Yep.
a full size hockey court.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the plan is for the kids. They've learned that, and the professional teams like this, where to teach the kids, you want to be doing 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 on the smaller rink, the half size rink, and because that kind of hones their skills a little better. They learn how to skate a little better. So that's what I was told in terms of that use of the rink. But yeah, a lot of demand, I guess, for kids hockey in the area, and just we don't have that many ice rinks.
No, so it could open up a whole new opportunity for some kids here in town to do do something different. So
Very true.
Kind of excited. So what else on Main Street? Anything else, Michael?
I think we covered the big things. Oh, here's one more. So right across from Cobblestone, there's an old beige concrete building, I guess. That's 2 stories. So the plan there, the owner would like to do some salon suites. So there you can kind of see the design of what that'll look like. So just another example of, somebody seeing all the activity around town, seeing our investment, seeing Cobblestone's investment, and buying an old building that looked like it should be torn down, and deciding to do something with it. And so that's an exciting little project as well. That'll be 2 stories, and a much a nice improvement to that area on that side of town, on the other side of the street.
That's for sure. That don't even look like they're building there now.
I know.
So are they tearing the building down?
I don't know for sure if they're going to try to use some of it and just that's kind of a facade around the existing structure, or if I don't know how that works, but
it looks nice.
Yeah,
it does.
So that's exciting too.
Great work. I think, Michael, good job this year. A lot of progress in 2024 for sure.
Yeah.
So I tell you, time flies on this show too. So that's real quick. What's happening next year? What did our crystal ball say from your perspective, Sheila? What are you thinking next year?
So things that we'll be focused on from Downtown Development Association's perspective. I already mentioned the facade grant program. Be on the lookout. More information will come on that early in the year, first quarter of the year. I'll say it that way. We also are working with our planning department on creating a downtown signage program for downtown. So you know how you see in downtown Raleigh and other cities where it's just kind of a signature, an emblem or something that signifies that you're in a downtown area. So we're working with planning on that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be really focused on our sponsorships, getting folks to sponsor us so that we can do things to help our businesses that are currently in Rolesville, as well as bring more business to Rolesville. And I just want to put a plug in, because I know there's some people that are probably like, why are we doing all this development? Why can't we just have homes and then y'all stop building? So I just want us to keep in mind that if you don't grow, you get gobbled up. So if we don't grow our services and we don't grow our commercial, it doesn't stop another town that's adjacent to us. I won't mention the name, but I'll just say WF, just incorporating us. So that would make us an even larger town. So I just want folks to keep that in mind as to why are we doing this? Because we want to continue to be our own wonderful community and develop the way we want to. So I'm excited about what we've done and what we're doing. So y'all stay tuned.
Yeah. Good progress for sure. So Tisha, what do you foresee next year? You see any new stuff, any changes?
Well, excited to see the changes that are coming. I guess that's third quarter that we'll see Walbrook and Cobblestone being both completed. But beyond that, the other areas of town that are growing, where the new facility for the government is going to be. And I think those other areas of town that are being developed and sort of annexed, I'm excited to see all of that. And I think those of us that are transplants or new to this area, we're excited to not have to go to WF or North Raleigh. So I see it being vastly different. I still think that we will have our same small town charm, especially with the downtown being walkable. And it really starting to feel like a downtown, because right now it kind of does and kind of doesn't. But Main Street having taken on a new personality or developing a personality, I think that's going to be really pivotal in what our future looks like in 2025 and beyond.
That's right. You did mention municipality stuff, but also we'll maybe know a little bit more about the timeline on the new Wake County Public Library. I think that's a big, that's not something we're doing, but they're doing it in our town. And so I don't think they will start that in 2025, but maybe the engineering and some of the timetable will be done in 2025, so we'll know for sure. And so that'd be pretty exciting for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
A big thank you to the voters.
Yeah.
Shout out to our library commissioner, Tony Kenyon.
Yeah, exactly.
She did a good job. She really did a good job. We have to give her a big Christmas present, Sheila.
Exactly.
So Michael, 2025. It's been a lot of rumor. You know, I have told people about the 2 restaurants coming on Rogers Road for over a year now, and I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah.
And it's a couple other things. You know, the 2 places beside the Sonic. You know, they're not showing up. So what do you see in 2020? Is any of those places going to happen still, or any other rumors about going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, we'll start to see a lot more interest, and I'm already starting to see that. You know, the vacant land is being asked about, you know, on Rogers Road and Burlington Mills Road and Main Street. So you're starting to see people kind of make land purchases and stuff. And again, it'll depend on interest rates and things like that, and the economy, how things get started and built. But we're still just a really fast growing area. We're close to Raleigh, and so we get to take advantage of all that, you know, where our location is. I think, you know, in 2025, we'll just start to see some of these projects be completed, and you know, especially, you know, the construction on Main Street, where the plan is that the construction will be done in 2025 towards the end of the year. So that's still on schedule. And so I think that'll start to bring new interest as well, because that's going to just revitalize Main Street, new crosswalks and sidewalks and street lights and street trees and all that kind of thing. And one thing in 2025 that I'll kind of be working on is it's time for the town to update its economic development strategic plan. And, you know, as we've talked about tonight, we're starting to see the mixed use development and the retail and the restaurants come to town. And so kind of one of my next goals is to find a place in town and to start looking at where we can reserve land for industrial and sort of an office park, office flex space, things like that. You know, if anybody's driven on Lincoln Mill recently, if they're in WF, there's that new sort of office park back up in there where they're reconstructing the bridge on Lincoln Mill. So something like that, you know, again, just something that creates jobs, so people can, live and work here in Rolesville. So that could be an employment center of some type, you know, and so we're starting to look at some areas kind of along 401. Again, we've been really blessed with new downtown development. So kind of looking at the next, what's next for Rolesville? Where can maybe a big box store go out on the bypass, or, you know, some type of employment or corporate headquarters or corporate center, and things like that. So we'll be working on our economic development strategic plan to start to look at different parts of Rolesville where maybe that could happen.
That's for sure. Yeah, I think some of the stuff we need to start looking at, what is the workforce that it employs, you know, like Walbrook. I don't know how many people be working in there, but should be quite a few, you know, few jobs and stuff. But Any rumors on medical or hospitals, anything like that?
Yeah, I think the hospital groups have been looking at us. We're kind of out in the northeast part of the county, and as the county grows and as we grow, they're definitely looking at us. So we're starting to hear interest from some of the hospital groups, whether that's a medical office building or specialty services. We're a lot of times, a lot of us have to drive into either Wake Forest or Raleigh or even Cary to go to a specialist, and so. I think we're on their radar for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
So
and don't forget the farm.
Yeah.
There was some work started there this year, right?
Yeah. They did the entrances off of 401 there. So they just they're close to completing those two driveways up there. Yeah.
And I think they close to coming up with a recommendation on the phase. I think what the next phase would be, right?
Yeah.
I think we got $12 million in the budget to put something up there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Woo, that's been a long time coming. Yay. I know Paul is happy.
Yeah. It has been. It's been 8 years, 6 years or something.
We bought it in 2017. I know that. I remember that date.
Yeah. So that'd be 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did we get a name for it? I know there was some naming. Nothing decided yet.
Yeah.
No, I think they've been gathering, I guess,
right.
Recommendations or something
from the community. Awesome.
Yeah, they sent out that survey, and so I don't know where they've kind of decided on that, if they're still gathering info. Yeah.
Well, cool.
That's
All right. Well, this has been great. We've had a great year, and I'm gonna probably miss 2024, but 2025 will be here in just how many more weeks? Just 2 more weeks, basically. A little bit,
right.
3 weeks. So, and be a new exciting time on it.
Absolutely. Sheila, before we head out, you want to give any further information about the RDDA?
Yes, Rolesville Downtown Development Association. We are here. We're small and mighty, and we would love for you to follow our Facebook page. Here's just a snapshot of it. You can follow us there. You can also send us messages or ask questions. So please get in touch. We are here. We're here to be a partner with the town and the chamber, and we'd love to hear from you. So please reach out. Thanks, Tisha, for that opportunity.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good. And Michael, any parting words for the economic development, for feedback, or just anything you'd like to share to the general public?
No, feel free to reach out to me if you know of anyone or you're interested in opening a business in town or are looking for available buildings or land in town. Call town hall and ask for me, and I'll be more than happy to. Would love to talk with you. But yeah, I've enjoyed working this past year with the chamber and with the downtown development group, and economic development is definitely a team sport. So
definitely
takes us all. Yeah. So yeah.
And I think we'll end by Michael maybe giving a shout out for our retail business downtown that's existing now. With Christmas time coming up, you got the 3 businesses that's mainly, looking for Christmas. So let's give a shout out and get people down there shopping. Anything you want to say about them?
Yeah, right. I think, and hopefully everybody received something in the mail recently. We're trying to promote holiday shopping. Some of the businesses have been impacted recently by the construction, but at Young and Main, we have 3 local retail shops, Main Street Collective, Creative Exchange and Country Market, and then Susanna's Antiques. So they have a lot of holiday gifts for everyone. And those are, you can go down, you can park right there, and then walk among the 3 stores and pick out what you want for your Christmas presents this year. But definitely check them out.
Yeah. And then right across the road, I think Jen will have her place open.
Right. Yeah, so then Local Charm will be there at Cobblestone as well, opening up Saturday morning.
So you
That's awesome. Shop local. Shop local.
Right. Local. Shop downtown. How about that?
Shop DT. DTR.
There you go. There you go. Well, this is great, guys. I appreciate it. Tisha, anything you want to say and close us out?
Yeah, we want to support our Roseville Rams in the playoffs tomorrow night. So let's wish them well against Cardinal Gibbons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cardinal Gibbons is not a pushover, I don't think. So
No, they knocked us out last year, so we want to make sure that doesn't happen this year.
Right.
but we beat them this year.
Yeah, we did.
So
So,
we just need to beat them one more time.
Right.
so go Rams.
Go Rams.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great.
And
Well,
a
thank
shout
you.
out for the girls or women's basketball team too. I don't know if have you seen them play, Tisha, yet?
No, I have not.
I saw them play East Wake, and it wasn't a game at all.
Mm.
They just a fantastic team, and they didn't win, but they only lost by 2 points against Cannon, which is one of the best. They don't even play in leagues around here. That's a
Wow.
private school out of Charlotte area. That's they're historically famous for being good, and they held their own against them and just almost beat them. So it's a good team. Go out there and check them out too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We appreciate it, and hope that everyone have a happy holidays. Thank you.
Yes.
You too.
Thank you guys.
Bye, team.
Thanks.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.